your students by maybe once a week creating a little list of vocabulary or sentences that you have done over that time period, over that week, and just have them play with them and feel the rhythm. Just very quickly, one way of practicing is minimal pairs. You may have seen lists when you were taking your classes to become a teacher of minimal pairs. I have to tell you the truth, I don't really like minimal pairs because often the words are not meaningful, they're just words. So I try to find words that my students often say. Even if sounds are fairly familiar to them, I want them to practice the minimal pairs just for pronunciation sounds. So we would practice words in lists like this. He's, his, he'll, hill, this, these, can, can't, there, 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 read or read, and read. Okay? So that's minimal pairs. I use two resources which you can find online. There are two books that are very helpful in terms of the way of teaching pronunciation. So these are the two resources. So in terms of time, today I want to talk just a little bit more about our second topic, which is online listening. But are there any questions about pronunciation before we switch to online listening? Yes. We can, do you want to use the microphone? I will repeat your question too.
Respect to Mr. Chandita, the chairman of the seminar, and also Ms. Lauren, and also participant here. My question is, based on what I already attention to your pronunciation, your teaching, I think the pronunciation is most important, especially for we teacher as the second language teachers, that we need to teach our students correctly, or at least the right way of the languages. And I also mentioned that it is not too easy to teach the student correctly based on the 6 points or something else, with the rhythm, with the intonation, with the pronunciation or action. For example, you also give the first sentence, as I remember, give me the book. Give me the book. So, actually you are teaching about the beat, but the two different meaning. If we focus on the pronunciation, first of all, give me the book, we focus on the book. But give me the book, the meaning is changed because of our action, because of our intonation. I mean, give that book to me, not the other one, but give me that book. We focus on that book. Oh, I am interested in that book. That's what is the most important, that we, the speaker, we can give the information to the listener correctly, clearly, and the listener understand us clearly too. My question is, how can we, the learner, the second language learner, can study well about how to make note, how to understand the way to use those words? Because what you are teaching in the morning are important, but a little bit complicated to understand, to apply for the students. Do you have any good keys in the middle one? I mean, we teacher can apply for our student easily to understand. Thank you, Lauren. I don't think that you understand well, or what?
Okay, so I want to make sure I understand the question. Do I have any key practice or key knowledge? Which one? Okay, key practice. So this PowerPoint was created for students, and I have used it with students many times. When I have had a class that has a lot of problems with pronunciation. So my first suggestion, just based on my belief as a teacher, is that I would do an introduction lesson somewhat like this for my students, depending on their level, just for them to understand a little bit about the way English works, so rhythm and beats and syllables. Those are, I think, key pieces. So I would spend maybe 20 minutes one day with my group helping them understand syllables. So I would say, okay, my name is Lauren. How many syllables? So I would want them to understand those concepts, syllables and rhythm and beats. After that, I would not every day, but every week or twice a week, I would find a little bit of time, maybe 10 minutes, to practice lists like this of natural language, not strange words that they don't know, but words that they know and use, and just practice the pronunciation. And I believe over time, if you did that twice a week or even once a week for 10 to 15 minutes, I believe their skill and their awareness would grow naturally by the repetition and the routine. I personally do not have any lists or practice that I can just give you, because what I do in my classroom is I base what I'm teaching, the vocabulary, on what we have learned. So it would come from the book that we are using. But I have, as I said, I've used this same presentation with students, and I think it's helped them a little bit. I hope that answers your question. Thank you. Does anybody else have a question about pronunciation? Yes.
He want me to speak again.
I can hear you.
By respect, I would like to ask you again between the comparison of two languages, American English and British English. English is mountain, garden, but American, some people of American, especially black people, they said garden, mountain. Anyway, if I'm diploma, I would like to have a good relationship between the high official from the other country. I don't want to make them disappoint. Your name has two syllables. The first is straight, the second no. So if I say Lauren, it's okay, but the other said Lauren. It is so rude or whatever. Could you tell me it's okay or no okay? Sorry, thank you.
This is a really great question. I think what your question is asking is, if I make a pronunciation error based on the learning that I have done, maybe I have learned English from an American, but now I'm speaking to a British person. Or I have learned English from a person from the south of the United States, where they have a southern accent, and now I'm speaking to someone from the north who has a different accent. Will I be making a mistake? Am I rude if I use the wrong accent? Which is a kind of pronunciation. It's not the same, but it is the way I say the words. I think that people understand that there is a diversity of ways that we speak, and so no, it's not considered rude to use a different way of saying the word. But like in most cultures, certainly in Cambodia, and I have made many mistakes, I don't know the rules about what words to use. If you go to meet the president of a company, for example, there are certain words that you should use and ways that you should speak that you don't need to use when you meet someone out on the street. That's different than pronunciation. So no, pronunciation does not make you rude. Yeah, thank you for that question. Any other questions?